Yeah, yeah.
I am so sorry again.
I'm live, by the way. Alright, who we got on here? Any absent Jarl? Yeah, it's 2026. Think we can do better this year, boys? Well, I guess a quick update for 2026. I started a new job on Monday, 9 o'clock. I'm training to compete February 28th. My daughter just had a temper tantrum because I was about to go live and the bike was hanging up behind my camera. So I told her, she screamed, "I hate you." I was like, "Oh shit. Damn." What can you do? We got Ann Warkin. What do you guys think of my pajamas? Well, my wife bought me these. They're compression pants. Matching. I've been wearing this for like 2 days straight. About 4 inches there. So we're going to be doing some lightweight high rep deadlifts. I'm working up to 305 pounds for a set of 13. Yeah, maybe. No, these are, I don't know if you can see the brand. It's, I don't know. I've never heard of this brand, but this thing's comfortable, man. It's warm. I don't know. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a powerlifter, but I appreciate that. This is not my deadlift bar. It's a power bar. 30 millimeters. Since we're going pretty light, Bob, I thought it would be better if we did, stiff leg? What do you think? At least for the first few sets. Stretch the lats at the end. So the proper way to do these is you don't want to round the back. You want to shoot the hips kind of straight down, and then at the end you can stretch the lats out and bring it straight back up again. Whew. Nothing. You're my first spammer of the year. It's too light for hook grip. Like, I don't even need, like, at this weight, I don't even need, like, oh, here we go, hook grip for that. Yeah. Shit, I had that misloaded. Uh, Let's do the colors. So how's everybody doing this? Was it Friday the 2nd? Build up the tendon and thumbs. Okay. Stiff leg deadlift, lightweight, just before 315. Okay. Not a problem. You said 305, right? Man, this thing gets warm. I'm gonna put a tank top on. There we go. It's a little better. Think of that. These are warm. Alejandro, what's up? Runner Boy was saying that this is too light of a weight earlier. Oh, okay. What's too light of a weight? I mean, I suppose that's relevant. I don't understand what that means, Prophet. What do you mean? What's too light of a weight? Alejandro says, can you shout out to me? I never get shouted out before. Well, I just said your name. What's going on, man? He said he did 305 for 6 on a deficit deadlift. And so this can't be providing a challenge. I'm doing conditioning, so I'm going for reps. I mean, I would never be one to disparage anybody's lifting. I don't really think it's relevant. But I don't think Runner Boy could even do my warm-ups for deadlifting. Like, you know what I mean? I was gonna do what? I was gonna temp 700 pounds in March. Like, could he even get to my opening weight, which I think was what 640? But then again, like I would never disparage him. Like I think he's. I don't judge people by how much weight they can lift. They sure don't mind coming at me though. Yeah. I guess he didn't know how to discern a deficit deadlift from stiff leg. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I don't know. It's all relevant though. I mean, like, because like, Runner Boy's, I will say his lifts are quite beautiful. Like his form's pretty good, but I've had a history of back issues, so a lot of the reason I do this stuff is for physical therapy purposes. I mean, you know better than anybody. You're the one that turned me on to him. So I don't know. It's like the amount of weight you can do is probably relative to what you're trying to accomplish. I don't see this as a lifter where you're really trying to compete with people. Um, and I'm sure like you probably regularly use a lot more weight than I do personally. I've seen you put some pretty good weight on there, and you do a pretty good deficit too. You stretch those lats out really nice at the end. But this is like I'm trying to get some conditioning in, so um, that way I can. Well, I've got February 28th is the meet, and I am way behind on where I should be as far as like conditioning goes. Like my one rep max strength isn't too bad. I'm gun to my head. I bet I could pull 600 right now, but that really isn't enough weight for even me to bother competing. If that makes sense. So if I can't at least get 650, there's no point in me even competing. Exactly. So, like I was saying, T Dog Gaming. Yeah, I don't judge people by how much weight they can lift. I mean, like I'm a competitive powerlifter. I should be able to move a lot of weight, but like I'm coming back from surgery and I haven't really trained too hard since March. And now I have barely done any deadlifting because I had bicep surgery. So this is going to be new too. So I'm going to learn how to hook grip. I'm not going to do supinated anymore. I wanted to compete, but I need 200 pounds more on my total. I always tell people to just do it. Just compete anyways. Get it under your belt. Now, I know that kind of goes in contrast to what I was just saying. But like me being 51 years old, I've already posted a 1600 total at the age of 50. And if I'm not, like right now, I'm not really interested in competing unless I can get into the 1700s, which would put me in like Hall of Fame territory. Uh, I guess it's like I've taken this broken body as far as it can go, and if I can't do anything significantly more than what I've done in the past, there's no point for me trying to hurt myself more just to what do worse than I already have. Like if I'm not gonna beat the numbers I've already posted at the age of 50, there's no point in me like trying to hurt myself. But at the same time, I do a lot better as a person if I have that over my head. Like if I've got that, if I got a competition hanging over my head, I just seem to do better. I stick to a program better. I stick to a schedule better. I just do better at life when I have that goal hanging over my head. So you can make the argument that I'm more structured. Because I notice that when I don't compete, I get kind of lazy. 39-year-old vet, what should I take for recovery? I'm not really sure what you mean, Thomas. Uh, my dot score is 270. I want to get to 350, which is intermediate, right in the middle. That's awesome. How long have you been competing, T-Dog? Can I spam comments for 3 seconds? Well, if you do, they're just gonna my mods are gonna get rid of you. Alejandro. Yeah, laziness can be a struggle. Yeah. like test or peptides. Well, I mean, what are you trying to recover from, Thomas? Have you gotten your blood work done? Have you checked your testosterone levels? Everybody thinks that I advocate steroids, and I don't. Like I was 100% natural until the almost 46 years old. Um, and if you've got low testosterone, by all means, yeah, that it's definitely a game changer for sure. But I don't. I mean, Bobby and I were just talking today about somebody that we're working with, and I told him that I didn't like the fact that he was the person was taking anabolics without a good natural base of strength to begin with. And before I went on anything, I already had close to a 1,500 pound total. I think my dot score was like 400. That was as a natural at the age of, what was it, 44, 40, 40, 40? No, it was almost, it was past my 45th birthday, so it was, I wasn't quite 46 years old. Um, and I weighed 220 pounds. I had an okay physique for a natural lifter. And that's why everybody said when I had my surgery and I came off everything, they're all like, "Oh, you're just gonna wither away, and you're gonna lose everything." And I didn't lose anything because I had it already. um, I'm a huge fan of peptides, BPC 157, the TB 500, for specific purposes like surgery. Uh, Years of opiate abuse. Um, Honestly, the I would get your blood work done, see what your natural testosterone production is, and just start training. Don't even worry about taking anything. Just get in a good physical routine where you work out 3 times a week, and just focus on getting stronger. Don't even worry about supplements. If you get to a point where it's like, I mean, I wouldn't have probably done what I did unless I was, competing. And if I wouldn't, the worst thing that ever happened to me was when a friend came to me and told me that I was ranked top of the world for over 40 lifters. If I would have not known that, I would have never done what I did to myself. But because my psychotic ass had to try to become number one for whatever reason, I was willing to put myself through things that I would not recommend for the normal person. And I haven't really had any downsides from it. But you could say, you probably make the argument, well, like would I've had bicep surgery, would I blown my back out, would I have fucked my knees up? Actually, my knees are the one thing that squats help fix that. Uh, but I was willing to really really hurt myself to get records that nobody cares about. Do you ever go hiking on steep hills or mountains? Me and my wife both rock climb. Didn't compete yet, but bench 250, squat 275, going for 290 in 4 weeks. I squat ass to grass. Deadlift 320, but I'm rusty. How much do you weigh, T Doggy? Mm-mm-mm. 170. That's damn good numbers. Damn good numbers. I would compete. I tell people, like, don't wait to compete, just do it. Get the experience under your belt, because most local meets, it's a good mix of people, and a lot of times if you're new, they'll take you in. Nobody cares what your numbers are. Um, the only time people really give a shit is when you're like, you know, outlier competitive, like the Eddie Hall types, or best lifters, or like the guys that at the end of the competition, the big boys. But for the most part, local meets are just exactly that. It's just people getting together and having a good time. And if you do well, even if you don't do well, they'll encourage you to come back, and you'll meet people that are like-minded, and plus you'll get to see if you enjoy it. A lot of people don't. You'll go to a meet and it can sometimes take 8 hours, and you'll find, man, this is a lot of work for something I don't enjoy that much. For me, it was, I don't know, I love it. It's part of who I am, I guess. Pec injury. Oof. How'd that happen? What's up, Valhalla? Uh, You definitely look different now for some reason, says Rare Breed. Is that good or bad? Bobby, what did you want me to hit these for? 13? Georgie, what's going on? Hook grip, hook grip. Okay. I need to develop a hook grip. Man, my lower back still got that little bit of a twing in it. Whew. I still feels uncomfortable in my lower back, dude. Ow! That really hurts. Keep hips higher. I wish I could play a video back so I could see what you're talking about. Let's see. Don't squat into the setup so much. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do another set. That's just my thumbs were giving out. Whew. Weed makes you feel it more deeply. I can't do weed, but I would not. You're probably right. Ooh, hook grip's rough, man. Well, that bar's 30 millimeter too, so. Hey, Adam Myanus says, "Fuck America, fuck Israel." Do something about it, bitch. I have to do hook grip because I'm not gonna do supinated anymore. And don't do too much volume or you rip your thumb off. How do you cultivate it though? Because I need to be able to do like a lot of weight. Now I've hook gripped over 500 pounds before, so I have that at least. Let's see. Oh, Prophet, I wasn't trying to do these stiff leg, by the way. I was just trying to do these regular. But I see what you're saying, though. Stick back, like, instead of dead squatting into it. Oh, shit. That ain't good. Little ouch town. I'm bleeding, Bobby. Gotta build them calluses up. Haywood. 0311, we got a grunt in the house. So now I'm moving into dead rows. Those are pretty easy. Hey Bob, that was 13? I know you wanted me to do 13 in a row, but I did at least 13 reps, right? Whew. Oh my knees are the only thing that work. It's my back, my shoulders, my biceps, my neck. Knees work perfectly fine. Murder. It's a murder. Yeah, we got Salt. What's up, man? That's. It didn't bleed that much. That's gonna callus over pretty nicely. Prophet, I'm just laughing because I'm still trying to think of like I know you didn't mean it the way you said it, but like the thought of getting criticized by Runner Boy, it's like, boy's got. I like. Don't get me wrong. I like him. I consider him a friend, but he's got a long way to go before he can criticize somebody like me. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I could hit his maxes without even training. I think I did 13 total, Bob. I know I took a break there because my thumbs were getting fucked up. He also says I wasn't that big in the same live stream. I don't know if I'm not sure I understand what he's what his criticism is. But I haven't talked to him in a while. I mean, I hope he's doing okay. I got no ill will towards him whatsoever. Whew. Man, my cardio sucks. All right. He was suspicious that you take care. Who cares if you do? I think you're natural. Wouldn't it be a compliment though if I said, man, I think that prophet guy's on steroids? I mean, that's a compliment, right? The only criticism I've had against Runner Boy, and I stand by it, is I don't think he pushes his numbers. I think that if he got a trainer and he followed this trainer's numbers, like the Candido or something, and he had somebody that really pushed him, he'd get a lot stronger. But he sandbags himself. That's my only criticism. Like, if it took me 4 years to put 50 pounds on my bench, I would stop lifting. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing here? But I mean, like I said, his lifts are beautiful. I like his I like watching him squat. That sounds pretty gay, but it's true. I stand by that. Albert, what's up? That being said, you can also make the argument that, like, I could have beautiful Olympic lifts if I'm doing half my body weight. You know, like, up to 500 pounds, I could do perfect ass to grass squats too. Him criticizing me makes me happy to think about. Well, the only thing I also didn't like about him is I found out, like, he talks a lot of shit about people behind their back. And that's like, come on, dude. But I mean, I guess everybody in the community does. I try to divorce myself from that. I just don't have the time for it, you know. Yeah, I honestly think that if he had a coach, me, you, somebody like really pushed him, like did his numbers, like he would. If I was training him, I'm not even saying I'm a good trainer. But I know how to read, and I could follow linear progression. I would have doubled his numbers by now, easily. Somehow did a better set doing 250 times 3 and 220 times 6 looks worse. Cardio more needed. You don't need cardio for powerlifting? Why does everybody think you need cardio for powerlifting? It's not even this. They're like, you're not in good shape. No. I never claimed to be. I'm fucking strong. Well, I bet I could run faster than you. Oh yeah, have fun with that. Go be a runner. Doing a 1 rep max on a platform has nothing to do with cardio. The only reason I would do cardio is to maintain my weight class. Yeah. I will admit it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine to kind of like follow people and listen to all the shit everybody talks. But like personally, me, I don't disparage anybody's lifting. I mean, that's an honest opinion I have about his programming. I mean, that's something I've said to his face. So, and I mean and it's a matter of opinion. He doesn't agree with me, so hey, it's all good. They're probably all beginner, not the type of guy to punch up. Well, it's really hard to punch up if you think about it. Like, here's an example. Eddie Hall. When he broke that deadlift record, he was wearing a squat suit. He used straps. He had like every piece of gear on that you could possibly put on to help lift. And which is fine because it was still such an enormous amount of weight that how's anybody going to talk shit? It's like so incredibly heavy, you can't say anything. But if I was to put a squat suit on and lift with straps and do all that stuff, you guys would talk mad shit. Because like, I would have done all that and maybe had a mediocre amount of weight on the bar. um, like, for example, if I was to wear knee wraps, I could put 50 pounds on my squat easily. Uh, but I don't. It's a pain in the ass to wear. I mean, it's kind of like in order to put them on right, you almost have to have a teammate. But why am I even saying that? Um, I've had people leverage like the amount they could squat compared to me. Um, but they were wearing wraps, and if you did the math, if you take the wraps away, my raw squat was higher than theirs. But I never said that. I never fucking came out and I never put that out there because for me to do that, it makes me look like it's a bad look. It's a bad look for me to say that because it's like instead of disparaging the lift, I'm like I'd rather just be like that's fucking awesome. I mean, a lot of people can't even unrack that weight, let alone squat it. So that's kind of where I focus on. This one big guy, he had 600 pounds on the bar, and he did like a 3/4 squat. He didn't go all the way down. Everybody was talking so much shit about it, and this guy's maxed out. He was so excited to show everybody that he could do 600 or whatever. And instead of being like, dude, that's impressive, good job, keep going. They're all like, well, that didn't count. You didn't go down all the way. And none of those motherfuckers could even unrack 600 pounds. They couldn't even walk out with it. So it's like, it's just a bad look, and just be like, dude, good job, You don't have to fucking tell him he didn't go down all the way. I'm pretty sure he's aware of it. I guess my camouflage isn't working. I saw an Instagram video of a little kid using a slingshot to bench 160. I gotta tell you, so that's another thing. So you got like Scott Mendelson, right? What was his man? He is the all-time heaviest bench press in the world using a shirt. So his gym bench is 640 pounds, which is still incredible. That puts him in like top 100 lifters of all time. Easy. I don't even, maybe top 40. But with that shirt on, he could bench 1100. So people would say, well, the shirt does all the lifting for you. It puts 400 pounds on your lift. Well, it does. It puts about 400 pounds on your lift for about 4 inches, and then you have to do the rest. But like, instead of saying that he's cheating by using a shirt, I'm more impressed that he could get the motherfucker off the rack and in the first place. Like, think about that, 1,100 pounds, and he still has to unhook it and hold it locked out. I'm like, I couldn't even budge that. Like, that's incredible. And Bobby and I, that's what we were talking about, like, raw lifters shouldn't train like equipped lifters, because when we first started bench pressing, for the longest time we would do overloads. We'd use a slingshot or we'd use bench blocks. That shortened that range of motion. And even though you can go 100 pounds heavier on your bench press, I was always wondering why we never really made any progress. And the reason why is because raw lifting has not been that popular for the last 10 years or so. So we all trained like equipped lifters. And all those overloads, that range of motion that you're putting 100 pounds more on your bench press for, if you think about it, a slingshot, what does it do? It compresses and it gets you off your chest about 3 to 4 inches, and then as you, as that stretch releases, you take over and you're doing the rest. So where do you need to be the strongest? Right about 3 or 4 inches off the chest. So that makes sense. So we were all training like equipped lifters, and it wasn't until it was Profit Fear and the evidence based guys, which I know they're on a real tear to bring down the evidence-based lifters. But it was really those people that discovered that raw lifters should be training full range. We should be more focused on the stretch than the overload. And then once we all started doing that, we started seeing results. And it made me realize that all those tools that a lot of powerlifters use, like the slingshots, like the bench blocks, all that stuff, unnecessary for raw lifters. If anything, it's a detriment. It'll hold you back. You won't get the progress. The only thing that's cool about it is it's like a good, like if you're an ego lifter like me, it's fun. It's a good confidence builder sometimes if you've taken a long time off to, maybe put a 2 or 3 board on there and, load up with like 50 or 60 pounds more than you can bench and just do a couple short reps. It's good for the ego. It wakes up the nervous system. So there is some value for that aspect of it. But as far as like actual progressive training to get you platform ready, it's a waste of time. Yeah, if you've noticed, Prophet, I haven't touched my slingshot in over 2 years. All right, let's do another. Phew. If I get a script from T from a clinic, but I backed out. What did your blood work say? Dude, if you got a doctor prescription, follow it. Don't feel bad about it. There's stigma that you're cheating, but who are you competing against? Who are you cheating? All right, Bobby. Test at 3:30 like they wanted me to be low on purpose. Do you think that they're trying to push you into something that you don't need? If that's the case, get a second opinion, for sure. For me, I did not want to give up my natural status for anything. So I waited a year. Like I waited like at least 6 months longer than I should have. And here's what I'll tell you. It made me feel so much better that if I would have known, I wouldn't have waited. I would not have waited. I would have went on years earlier. But again, there's a lot of guys that just want to get on whatever to look better or be stronger, and it's like you got to ask yourself, who's that for? Women don't care. If you have a shitty personality, it doesn't matter what you look like. Just ask my wife. I mean, you could call me a hypocrite, but I compete, and like I said, I was willing to die to get numbers that nobody gives a shit about. I respect it as a taller, above average height man. I don't understand how you guys get so big. I can tell you, as a natural lifter, I had a pretty good physique. I was still 220 pounds. Maybe I wasn't as cut as I am, but I was still pretty fucking built as a natty. So I always tell people, like, don't shortchange yourself. Don't just get on gear. Like, go to the gym, give it an honest, work out good solid year long with a program, put an honest effort into it. And if you're not happy with yourself after that, then that's a discussion to be had. It doesn't even mean that means jump on gear. Because the thing is like, steroids are dangerous and they will kill you. It's not something to be taken lightly. Close, I'm 5'9". I didn't know that. I thought 5'8" was average height. I know that was little. What's the average male height? Is it 5'7", 5'8"? I'm 5'9". I wouldn't call myself tall. I don't think I'm short. Inconsequential. I think that's the term, right? But I'd still take care of a lady from you right in front of you, and she'd be looking at you like, "What are you doing with your life?" One, because I'm way better looking than you are, and two, I've got a personality, and three, I'm actually strong. I'd have your girlfriend introducing me to your mother. We go on a double date. Brent899. How big is your penis? It's not. It's tiny. It's a little itty bitty thing. Yeah, dude, I think everybody owes it to themselves to be strong. You like men, stop lying. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. You think if I do push-ups and do 20-pound dumbbells free weight, I can get decently big. As long as you follow linear progression, something has to increase. Either the amount of weight or the amount of reps, usually in tandem. Go look up Herschel Walker, and he did pretty much nothing but body weight exercises. But the amount of volume he had to do is pretty insane. So at a certain point, it becomes inefficient to do push-ups and dumbbells that weigh 20 pounds. But the answer is yes. If you work hard enough and you push yourself to failure, you can do that. It's just, I mean, it's efficiency. It's like, what if I could bench 5 sets of 5 at 315 or do 400 push-ups? Like, which maybe you'd rather do push-ups. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I have $40. What can I get? Well, that depends. Have you done Heisen shrugs? No, I'm not familiar with that, but I'll try them. Heisen shrugs. Let's look that up. Heisen. Heisen shrugs. Switching high shrugs as a refer to heavy trap exercise. Barbell across the upper back like a high bar squat, focusing on powerful controlled shrugging motion to build. Oh yeah, we do these all the time. Yeah. Yep. Actually, if you look at the Hansen press, which is a full range of motion trap exercise, where you're gonna come down all the way, you're gonna hinge your arms. When you come back up again, you're supposed to shrug through it. This rotates the whole shoulder and is a really, really good one-stop shop shoulder exercise. And the beauty of it is you don't have to go super heavy on those either. But yeah, basically those are shrugs on the top end, which I would say is better than these. I didn't know they had a name to them though. Max smokes you on the bench press. Well, I hope so. He weighs about 200 pounds more than me. What's he benching these days? I don't even know what my max bench is right now. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably 370. You're like, a fucking 400-pound lard ass who does one lift can beat a 51-year-old man at bench pressing, and I'm supposed to be impressed with that? What is this? Somebody always invariably brings Max up. Like, I mean, I'm happy for him. I hope he could. I mean, how long has he been training on YouTube for? 5 years at least, and I haven't seen him ever get above 425 pounds on the bench. Like, you would think in 5 years he could do better than that, but yeah, teach their own. You know what I could do that Max can't, though? I could tie my shoes standing up. Oh, and I can do pull-ups. Oh, and I can touch my toes. Oh, and I can get up without having to like use my arms. There's so many things that, but he can bench more than me, so he's got that. All right, I'm gonna go eat dinner. So tomorrow is what, bench press? Right now I'm doing powerlifting competition. All right, guys, I'm gonna get offline. I'm gonna take my family out to dinner. I love y'all. I'll see you on the battlefield.